So this is now being reported that Goonies is reportedly in the works. And no, I just no, we're not on the same page on this either. What's up, Nolly?
I feel like there are some movies you shouldn't touch, like that don't need to be touched. And then if we want to bring up, oh, there's a whole generation that doesn't know about Goonies, then we're failing our children. Because what do you mean that you haven't taken the time to spend with your children and watch Goonies? But like my dad made sure we watched everything.
Does that mean it can't be remade though, Nolly? You can't make it again?
I don't think. I think with where we are, one, as a society, to like we don't make films like that anymore, and it's very hard. Girl, if you don't shut your mouth, it's very hard for us to give that same kind of energy that Goonies gave in 2025 and beyond. Like, society has evolved so much. There are certain jokes that just won't fly, that shouldn't have flown, that we had before. And it's just it's complicated. And I think Goonies is timeless. Like, why would you touch Goonies? And I'm sure most of the cast would love to come back and have their kids come, and it would be great. But I don't think we don't have that je ne sais quoi when it comes to movies like this anymore.
Really? Okay. Do you think that they should not have remade Little Mermaid?
I think Little Mermaid is a different caliber of movie. Do I think that they should have remade it? No, because I am not for Disney turning every freaking movie into a live action. Like, there are some Disney movies that would slap as live action. There are some Disney movies like The Little Mermaid that have had like 5 fucking animated sequels. We didn't need another live action, but I'm very happy that we got it because they also gave us representation that, you know, little black girls have been buying white mermaid Barbies for forever. Little Mermaid had a TV show and there were like 3 mermaids of color out of like all of them. So like that aspect is great, but the way Disney just does shit to make money, I don't think all of their movies need live actions. Like, if Hercules had a live action, would watch 10 out of 10. I feel like that would be great. Cinderella has had 50-11. We don't need no more. Not a goddamn one.
Not even the Brandy one? Come on, man.
That's it. That's the only one we needed. We've had like 5 since then. Why do we need more? Like, it's just, there's too much money grab and not enough substance. People think if you slap the old name on something, that it's gonna give it that same feeling and that people will go to it out of nostalgia. But then when we get there, we're so mad we spent money on something because literally the only nostalgia you gave us was in the name and not with the formula.
Do you feel the same way about this movie right here that Disney just recently released?
Who asked for it?
Ooh. So no love for Mufasa, bro?
I still have not to this day seen the Lion King remake, the live action. I've not seen it. Have I heard the music and listened to the soundtrack? Yes, because I like musicals and things like that. But have I watched the movie? No, because we don't need all of it. We don't need it. We don't need it.
Wow. I'm shocked. I'm not gonna lie.
We are so oversaturated with content that I don't think we need all these things. We don't. We should be more intentful with the things we choose to do. Because on one hand, does it give people jobs? Absolutely, yes. Are a shit ton of them underpaid if they're not main actors? Absolutely, and that part fucking sucks. But aside from giving people jobs, all it is just filling pockets of people who next week, while you're choosing if you're going to buy your insulin or your groceries, they're choosing what size yacht they want and where they're going on vacation next week after working for 3 days. Like, it just...
Isn't that all movies though? Isn't that every movie?
It is, but it's at some point it becomes like we're just in a constant state of overconsumption. Like, we don't need remakes and sequels for everything. We should be there should be intent and purpose behind projects we put out. And that's why people have fatigue. Like, that's why there's this, I don't fully believe that there's superhero fatigue, but we have so much shit that just comes out rapidly without thought and good content behind it coming out, that's why people are tired of shit, and that's why they label it superhero fatigue. It's not because there's too much shit coming out, because I guarantee you everyone would be sat and love every superhero thing that comes out if the writing didn't come off like they just threw it in Chat GPT because they needed to make something to fill a slot and get some paychecks going.
Wow. Okay, good take. Do you feel that this movie fits in that category, or no?
No, because Wicked has only been a Broadway musical. And statistically speaking, Broadway musicals that come over into movie form do really well. People who love musicals, like, it's a very niche kind of like group. They will always show up and show out for projects like that. So like Wicked absolutely passes the bar. And I was super hesitant when they announced casting because I was like, Ariana Grande is not. Glinda does not sing. She does not. Okay. She does not wear a high ponytail and sing sultry R&B, and I was not ready for it. Have I watched it every single day since it came out on streaming, sometimes 3 times a day? Yes. But that's neither here nor there. We don't got to talk about that. But musicals do really well. Like, I cannot tell you how many years Rent was like my comfort movie. I love musicals. Musicals do great when you stick to the original content, the original songs, and you follow that story. You don't change too much. Musical movies do wonderfully. But they're not the same genre as Disney movies with songs in them, if that makes sense.
I don't know if it does. But it don't matter.
Songs, like, Disney movies are their own genre. A Disney movie is a Disney movie. A musical is a musical.
True. Because Disney movies we still classify as just Disney movies, not movies that Disney bought. Yeah, like Star Wars and Marvel.
The genres are that shit is all over the place. It ping pongs. A Disney movie is a Disney movie. At this point, Star Wars is a Disney movie. Like, it's all over the place. But when you say Disney movie, you know what to expect.
Wow. Nali's on fuego right now.
I have passion. I feel strongly.
It's all right. So I guess you're not as geeked about the Goonies revival. All right. My take is I love it. I love it. I have it. I don't.
Nostalgia for you?
I'm all about nostalgia. I'm a nostalgia fanatic. I want to see what tech would do. Can you imagine? What's his name? What's old boy from Everybody Everything All at Once? Oh boy, from Short Round, from Indiana.
I know who
you know what I'm talking about. The dude from
I'm picking up what you put down.
To have him, who's now had a re-emerging of fame in the movie, where we had Corey Feldman and him to kind of, and do you remember like the gadgets, what they made? Chunk, what was it? The truffle shuffle. He had to do that's where it came from. He had to.
That's the
baby Ruth. I want to see what a 2025 sloth monster looks like. I want to know what. Go ahead.
I'm worried that they won't get enough of the original cast to come back, and the story might not. It needs to be done right. Like, I love Sandlot.
Yes.
Sandlot came out in 93. Sandlot
93, something like
came
that.
out in 2005, and
thank you, Elisa.
Sandlot 2.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I don't want to see a remade Sandlot. You're right about that. That's a classic. I wouldn't remake Sandlot. I wouldn't remake it. What? I just came from the funeral. You got a problem with that?
Yeah.
I mean, the TikTok funeral. We did a funeral for TikTok.
We have to recast now.
we did a funeral for TikTok. This is my daughter. You want to say hi?
Hi, Kiki.
Hey, little Kiki saying what's up. Did you like Sandlot? You go ahead, tell them. I made you watch it recently. And it was good, right?
You didn't make me watch. I willingly did.
But I recommended it. See. So I'm one of them good parents, Nolly. You see what I'm saying? Like, he was like, yo, what does parents see? I'm what I'm saying? Like, I'm on top of it, bro. But my thing is, like, there are some movies that I'm like, man, I really wish I could see what this movie would be like if it was made with the tech we have today. Look what they did with Dune. Like, look how much doper Dune looks now than it did back then.
I personally feel like that is a movie that could and should absolutely be remade. And because given like the advancement in technology and stuff like that, like Goonies is not a tech heavy movie. Some wires, some rigs,
but it could be
special effects.
It could be. You remember
the practical effects, and that's why it was good.
Remember Kay? Wait, you're right. And I believe that, and you're right, because they did try to use quote unquote CGI back in the day with Dune for all of the sand, and you could tell, like, you could see the black line around.
I watched that the other day, and I was like, I don't think it
did not hold up well. But Goonies, remember Quay? He had all the gadgets and shit. Like, he was an inventor. I want to see a modern day version of that. I want to see the Truffle Shuffle. I want to see all of these kids. And I mean, somebody brought this up in the comments. I want to say it was Mike. Yeah, Mike. Shout out to Mike. It's not like we're not already getting some sort of version of this. Michael Nasser says Skeleton Crew was all right. Kids were annoying, but that's kids. I ain't gonna lie. Me and you loved Skeleton Crew, right, Nolly? Like, it's really good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie. I think that, now that's my thought. That's your thought. We have our takes. And if you don't mind, I would like to kind of unpack a little bit of Skeleton Crew.